wanted to use really short.
Because in media, we're all the same. As long as you conform to some, slim thighs, big breasts, flat stomachs, then we are all the same. What does that mean? It means in media, women have no history, no past, no needs, no wants, no future, no goals, no aims, no aspirations. We are just delivered up as a series of body parts. And each one is as good as the next. That is what it means to objectify. It means to destroy all that is idiosyncratic and interesting and instead replace it with a nice pair of thighs. That's what happens to women in our culture. And increasingly, by the way, it's happening to men as we begin to hypersexualize men. Now, I want to give an example of how this works, even when we know them. This was Vanity Fair from a few years ago, and all of them were up for Best Acting Actress. Now, what do you notice here? Here you are at the peak of your career, and what do the women look like? Barely clothed. Now, I could tolerate this image if the men were in little Speedo shorts. That would be equality. But who gets to be covered and clothed and who gets to bear flesh is a question of power. And when I see the men go out at night with their fully clothed sneakers and shirts and women in their tiny little clothes, and you see they've got vulnerability plastered over literally their body. This is not to blame them because they do not understand the sex class system that they have been born into. They have been set up from the moment they were born with a vagina, absolutely set up from that day. And then when anything happens to them, we point to them and say, look, it's your fault if you dress like that. We've got a perfect system because we take the onus off the perpetrator and put it onto the woman. Now, what they argue here is love yourself. Of course, it's the opposite. They want us to hate our bodies because the more we hate our bodies, the more money we spend. In fact, most of global capitalism rests on the shoulders of Western women hating their bodies and third world women producing products that we buy because we hate our products. Our bodies. So think about this. Think about if you took women out of the equation of globalization, what would you be left with? You'd be left with industries that would go bankrupt overnight. And so when we talk about economics and we talk about globalization, poor women who are producing products for virtually nothing and more elite women who are buying these products were not going to do anything to help, right? You understand that because it's all crap. So the reality is global capitalism rests on those women. Now, just before you get really upset, I want to tell you we are actually going to be saved by Dove, because we have 8 women in the media who look like us. Now, do you remember the Dove campaign they called it? Let me tell you, it's not a campaign, it's an advertisement. Since when did advertisements become campaigns? And let me tell you about Dove. Dove is owned by Unilever, which owns Slim Fast and Ben & Jerry's. So let's play this out. Exactly. Let's play this out. You put this cream on because you've got to firm up your skin because you're fat and ugly and disgusting. Of course, it doesn't work, so you go on a Slim Fast diet. You're so sick of Slim Fast, you gorge on Ben & Jerry's. You then feel guilty, so you go back to your cream, and then you go, can you see how you go on? You never get off and spread it. And this is the goal of it, never to get off and to keep spending. And that spending is based on self-loathing. That's how it works.